fucking go. We about to go big. Kill him with the PrizePicks. Let's fucking go. About to go big. Kill him with the PrizePicks. About to go big. Kill him with the PrizePicks. 24/7 researching, it's all a fantasy. But if I make the right phase, it pays automatic. Bankroll showing that I know it. Dope strategy on a winning streak. Arrogant Josh on the stream, they be killing it. Never gonna stop it, I like if you feeling it. Thinking the players, they all never time. You can't make up your mind and just go with your gut. Looked around, we found a glitch. No toast allowed, just supposed to live. Sophia's fine, sat to his stick, and Caitlin Clark just doesn't miss. Win, lose, or draw, we never quit. When we shoot the ball, it's another switch. Submit the link, it'll make you rich, and we going big. Don't be a bitch. Let's fucking go. We about to go big. Kill him with the PrizePicks. Let's fucking go. About to go big. Kill him with the PrizePicks. About to go big. Kill him with the PrizePicks. We about to go big. We about to go big. About to go big. Kill him with the PrizePicks. About to go big. Kill him with the PrizePicks.
Yo,
What's happening? What's happening? How you doing, sir?
doing pretty well. Welcome back, fam. Welcome back, everyone. It is Just Cash YouTube coming at you here on this Flex Friday. We're talking about our 3-game WNBA slate, and as always, joined by Underrated. What's going on, man?
Hi. Just chilling, man. Just chilling. Ready for game day number 2.
Yes, sir. Yep, we got our second round of teams getting some action under their belts with a little back-to-back here from Phoenix. So good to see these teams, back in action, and for most teams getting back to healthy. And for one unfortunate team, Connecticut here tonight, we're going to talk about got some players being out. Bit unfortunate there, but yeah, we're almost back to all 12 teams seeing some action. So tomorrow we'll at least conclude that. We'll have all the teams playing. I'm pretty excited. Another busy day at work. We got 3 games today, 3 tomorrow, and then 4 games on Sundays. So before we hop into it, if you guys could do us a huge favor, make sure and hit that like and subscribe button down below. That way you don't miss out whenever we do go live and drop our hopeful late night videos. Last night, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, I was dead tired, so I had to pass out. I was working with like 5 hours of sleep, up for 20 hours, but yep, we'll get back to business today for sure. And thankfully, the bookies haven't been doing that put the board out 2 days in advance nonsense, so we can kind of get back to the normal shuffle. And last but not least, the link's down below as well. 7-day free trial for our Discord. Make sure you guys check that out and get in there for that action. Alrighty, so I guess let's talk about some injury news real fast, and then we'll just go ahead and hop into some plays. Or at least we'll talk about some plays we had queued up, and then we brush over the money lines, totals, spreads, and just go ahead and hop into questions.
Sounds good.
All right. So with Phoenix, again, on that back-to-back, there, some fatigue to be expected there. Mostly, though, it's just going to be Rebecca Allen still out. I would keep an eye out, just some off chance of any of these starters ending up sitting out. But at least for right now, Rebecca Allen's the only notable one that's going to be out. And on the other side, we knew yesterday Fag Bentley was going to be out again, so she is nearing her return. She should be back sometime real soon, which I'm super excited for. Indiana's looked pretty solid, and this team's coming along together nicely. Aerial Powers being out, a bit of a unfortunate thing. They just finally had the starters back together, and she's going to be out at least for a little bit. Oh, excuse me. So a little bit more added usage to Ryan Howard, which I don't know why they don't have her projected to start. She's definitely going to start this game. She came back off the bench, I know, in her return right before the Olympic break, but she looked totally fine during the 3 versus 3 series for the Olympics. So I would expect her back to business as usual, and probably Haley Jones going back to the bench if I had to guess, but we'll see. And then for Dallas, looks like we're going to be mostly back to full strength. Maddie Siegrist is going to be out at least for one more game. But Satu expected to make her Dallas debut, so pretty excited about that. And then on the other side of things, we got Carrington was scratched out yesterday, as well as Tiffany Mitchell. So, and they're basically their fourth string guard now as well with Abby. So very light in the guard position in general tonight for Connecticut. They basically just have Mabry, Ty Harris, and then Veronica Burton off the bench, and that's gonna be about it. So I would look for, and we'll talk about this here in a little bit, look for Mabry to slot nicely right into her role here. Very familiar game, revenge, yada yada, always plays well against Dallas. So that's going to be about it for that. And well, actually, let's just talk about the game lines here real fast, because some of these I think are actually a bit more of an interesting coin flip than the books are giving them credit for. Now, Seattle, I think, should be able to come out and handle business just as long as they don't putter around on offense. That's been their real only Achilles heel so far this season, is just coming out flat, especially in the second half. But they're back to full strength, should be able to get business done here, and Atlanta's Atlanta. Indiana, pretty heavy favorites here, which is kind of surprising. They have, yes, beaten Phoenix in the 2 games that they have played so far in the series, but both of those games, absolutely decimated with injuries on the side of Phoenix. I believe the most recent game, they ended up basically with only 6 active players. Griner started that game, only played 10 minutes, got hurt, and all Taurasi was out, like Cloud was out, like all these players were out. So total, I think glazing over some important details there, and the back-to-back I think is the biggest factor here. So we definitely can't ignore that, but plus 130, that's no respect for Phoenix at all. They looked really good last night, I gotta say. And still, Taurasi not really trying a whole lot, but the team's gelling really well together. So I don't know, plus 130, that's interesting. And then last but not least, we got Connecticut traveling out to Dallas. Now, this is some utmost disrespect, I'll be completely honest. Come here, baby. Dallas at home, almost plus 200. That's pretty wild. So, especially with Carrington being out, she was one of their biggest defensive anchors and was really causing a lot of problems for a lot of their primary shooters on the other side. So, i.e. Enrique or Satu tonight, whichever the case may be. But that's a pretty big deal. And the fact that, yes, Mabry is with a new team, so there could be some, the gel, vibes thing that they still are figuring out. But you never know. I would not be surprised, though, if Dallas pulls off this upset at home tonight. That's very interesting. If anything, I got to say this first half at plus 3, this has got to have some kind of interest for me tonight. There's no, I'm hoping Dallas just does not come out and it's a total crap show. Like, I'm really hoping they were able to work on some things and this team's just vibing really well together and playing some ball. So very interesting there.
It's pretty weird how Sims was balling so much and then they just dropped her off, huh?
Yeah, man, they did Odyssey so bad. And for a second time, they did this to her last year as well. Basically just picked her up and then cut her when they didn't need her. So I hate that for her, and I'm really hoping some team picks her up because she played some phenomenal basketball in her short stint, and she's playing some heavy minutes too. So very active ball player, and hopefully she signs up on some squad.
Yeah, things like that make me think I don't know what I'm doing, because it's like she's playing all those minutes, she's scoring points, she's getting assists, she's doing everything we want her to do. She's actually consistent too. And then they just dump her like she's worse than the other 12 players on the team. It's just weird. Maybe I'm missing something.
Yeah, honestly, and just to kind of pick on Sheldon here, she's a solid player, no doubt, but it baffles me to think that she is drawing the starting role over Odyssey. Dude, Odyssey, not only the offensive upside that she was bringing between the scoring and the playmaking, but the defensive prowess. She was averaging like almost 2 steals a game, well over 1.5 just steals per game. So she was causing a lot of problems on the other side, and just, again, another player who you could reliably have go out and play 38 minutes, 35 minutes, like no problem every single night. And the health factor. I cannot. This is something that is so overlooked in the league. It's not even funny. Healthy players, the ones that get removed or not picked up in this league, as opposed to the amount of injury-prone players that teams just are dying to pick up for some reason, that has blown my mind for the longest time. Like, it makes absolutely no sense.
For sure. I'm excited for that Connecticut Dallas game, though, to see Mabry back in a different uniform and Satu back playing for the first game of the season. Satu might make Dallas a different team. That'll be interesting. I mean,
Yeah.
Satu, Howard, and McCowan down low, and then Enrique running around acting crazy. That's not a bad squad.
No, and we've seen Dallas, once they hit their stride, like this team gels really well together. They have a very sizable, front court, and now with, Satu being back, that's another 3-point threat at least. So something to help space the floor, pick up the tempo, all the stuff that this team's been really lacking.
Yeah, no, she's a great player. They definitely missed her. That was the other player they got rid of, Billings too, and she was doing really good as well. It's crazy.
Yeah, just some of the management and coaching decisions of this league has definitely been quite baffling.
Yep. Shall we jump into some questions and we can get back to the picks that you got?
Yeah, so I'll just leave these on the board for you guys, at least for PrizePicks stuff that we were looking at right now. They did bump up Mabry's points, but if you want to play it at 14, I get it. This 6.5 3-point attempt, though, it had the same hit rating as the 13.5 points. So, one or the other, I think is very live. But they for sure signed her up for a 3-point shooting capability. And it's back in Dallas. The two guards, they've been feasting against Dallas beyond the arc. So, don't mind that. The free throws, Dallas is allowing the second most free throws per game. NECA, her field goal attempts. Atlanta, they're allowing the second most field goal attempts per game. And now with Howard being back, I think that's going to make the defense a little more tougher on the wings. Her on-court matchup is going to be the best out there against either Naz Hillman or Coffee, one of those two. And then, Clark, I'm going to take her off here. I was just kind of messing around with that. We'll talk about Caitlin here in a second.
Oh, poor Caitlin. Just took it right off in front of everybody.
I do like the assist. I'm sure we're going to get a lot of questions about this, so...
Alrighty. Well, let's jump to the top of the comments here. We got Big Mike. Big Mike has won again today. Good job, bro. Number 1. He says, let's fucking go. Smoke him if you got him. And guess what, Mike? I already started smoking. I was like, fuck it. I'm not even waiting for Mike today. I just started smoking a little bit ago. Fuck it. We're going to have another one coming up right after. He also says, Caitlin assists and points. So you can bring Caitlin right back up and start talking about her because Mike H wants to know about her. What do you think? Yeah,
I'm sure she's going to garner a lot of interest today. So I will say I'm a lot more interested in her RA upside than anything. This 19.5 points is definitely pushing it. Again, with at least Cloud being out, that was a big to do because Cloud's been their primary, Carrington per se defender, and she's been guarding. She guarded Angel Reese all last night. Like, get out of here, That I definitely don't agree with, but I get the concept of, her trying to sharpen up that as a tool in her repertoire. So, as frustrating as that was to see, she should be tasked with guarding Clark today. And coming off of, a back-to-back is a thing, but she did have 5 fouls last night, so she played somewhat of a reduced role. And I know we're going to hear it in the comments about Griner too, getting us yesterday. But caveats, we did have her and Tarasi as hedge plays, so hopefully you got Tarasi. BG was just unfortunate because both Cloud and Natasha Mack had 5 fouls. Natasha Mack had 4 fouls in the first half. Coach, hello. Why is she out there with 3? I have no idea. But yeah, that really just kind of bit us in the butt there. And once she had 4 fouls in the first half, it was basically a wrap at that point. But Tarasi, super discount free under basically. So, but yeah, back to Caitlin. Now again with Cloud being back on the other side, I think Caitlin's scoring upside is largely just going to be at that 3-point line. So if she's going to get it done, it's going to be from, threes, but her 3-point prop is 3.5, I believe, on the books. And, on principle, we got to go under this, but I'm not going to touch that today because she could do it at home, and this is a decent matchup. But she only had 2 in that this most recent game. So I don't know. How you feeling about that, man? We dancing with 3.5 under again?
You better not go under, Big Caitlin.
She could be a sweat today, so I'll say, the points I'm not quite as sold on, but the assist playmaking, I'm definitely right there with you guys. I mean, we're getting up to that level of it's getting pretty high. She's 10.5? Where'd he go? Yeah, 10.5. The 10.5, you can play it. I would much rather play this 9.5, but the payout's kind of janky. If you want to throw it in there for a parlay piece, I get it, but the payout's definitely not that appealing.
It's crazy isn't it crazy to think 9.5 is like a low payout? Like that's how much of a baller Big Caitlin is now. Man.
No, I mean, it's definitely wild to think about.
I just was thinking as you were talking through about that, and I was thinking about Caitlin. Think about I feel like this is the pinnacle for her. This is her last spot to show everyone she's the best player, pretty much the most talked about player in the world for this time, and coming out of college. No one's ever been like this and got so many people interested. She had the time when everyone had the target on her, right? Oh, she's that new girl. We got to talk shit to her. We can do anything. We got to stop her. They couldn't stop her. I mean, she missed a bunch of threes off and on, but in the end, we had this month break, we all started saying, man, she really should be on the All-Star team. Like, that's how good she did as a rookie. So I think with her sitting out for a month, I feel like her brain is going to be ready to just murder this league even more, because she doesn't have that crazy pressure anymore. She got through it. She passed, So I can't go under her. I'll just tell you that. I can't. She could come out and hit 8 threes and laugh at us today. Like, I don't know.
Oh, most certainly. I think if we're gonna go there, I mean, you almost have to trust either just a straight up assist, where a majority of her RA is going to come in, but the assist or the RA. But man, that RA is high.
It is.
That's high.
You know what I wanted to ask you too, because I know we always talked about Phoenix and their guards rebounding against Phoenix. But what's interesting is I saw a couple people talking about her under rebounds today, and I was like, why would you go under her rebounds against Phoenix? That seemed kind of crazy to do. Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
They were looking at that.
Yeah. Oh, and did she get pulled? Oh, no. PrizePicks is tripping. Yeah, I mean, the 6.5 is definitely high. Like, I think that anytime she's at 5.5, I'd have consideration for it. But she did get 6. So, I mean, again, Phoenix is allowing a ton of rebounds to the one guard position in particular. But, I mean, needing 7 is a lot. Like, that is definitely a lot. I'm not even going to lie to you there.
It is.
Just in general in the season, probably like a 30% hit rating. Was that 9 games out of 26? So yeah, that's a pretty awful hit rating, and I mean it's only 5.8 on the season anyways. So yeah, that's definitely high. That is definitely high.
Honestly, I don't mind the under the more I think about it, but it is Phoenix. That's the only part. Plus, she might play 40 minutes. So
right.
Something to think about, but I mean, I don't know. Again, it feels like the beginning of a season. We had a month off. Just we're kind of more watching than betting big today, right?
Yeah, especially with these teams finally actually playing on an official game and on the court and under the spotlight and all that stuff. Still play with some caution. We do have our protective play today that we're going to get going in the Discord. Again, links down below. Make sure you guys check that out. But yeah, just we're going to focus a lot more on the live betting today because I mean all these games should be super competitive, so we should get some kind of second half action. And had a pretty solid day yesterday. No complaints. I know we had a few misses here and there, but swept our book bets. That round robin was real nice, and we hit a lot of the underdog plays too. So still very positive. Not going to be upset about that. And some of these lines are just crazy high. You know, you got to think about, again, you know, they had the board up in advance for this as well. And anytime they ever do that, there's always crazy bumps. So not too mad at taking some unders, I'll be honest. That's still had a higher hit rating than most of our stuff as of late. So yeah, don't get too crazy with it today, folks. I mean, again, we have so much action coming up through the weekend and over the next couple of days. Like, there's plenty to get us right. But oh yeah, and I forgot, Tarasi, this 14.5 points is also really, really low for her, super low. Either that or this 7.5 threes attempted. Still kind of torn between the two, but same situation with Mabry, just a even better matchup for 3-point shooters, and she only played him the one time and cleared both of those. So I think this is very, very low for her.
You know, what's interesting too is how she talked so much shit to Caitlin before the season started, and now they're battling today. So I could see Tarasi getting up for this game just because of that, and Caitlin too. Yeah, that's going to be
Tarasi
a good game
for that first game.
We got good games today, to be honest. That's a good game, and then the Connecticut with Mabry and Satu coming back. We got some good ones today, actually. Seattle, Atlanta is just another blah, 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 blah. But the other two, looking good. Alrighty, let's get back into the few comments. Mike says it's Happy National Rim Day. I think he meant Rum Day, but we'll say Rim. He said Rim Day.
Pause.
I don't know if that could be considered a pause, but we're going to try it just in case. He says Stewie is the GOAT. Sean Drake is number 2. What's up, Big Sean? How you doing, Big Sean? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Mike says only winners are up in here. That is the damn truth. That is the damn truth. He said, he says Mai Tai and bong hits. Yeah. Hey, if it's National Rum Day, I got to go get me a little cocktail while he's talking. Next time he starts getting into one of his rants, I'm going to go fix me a drink. Andre Simon says, everybody join me in my 2-man under spree. I'm cashing. Stop allowing other picks to ruin your top picks. Trust me, I'm up 4,200 off 2-mans in 6 days. God is amazing. Now let's fucking eat.
Hell yeah.
Andre Simon has the idea, and people need to listen to him. He said under 2-man sprees, he's cashing 4,200 in 6 days. That's what I'm talking about. Unders and 2-mans. Andre Simon, you are making me feel wonderful, sir. I cannot lie. Much love to Ian Yu, he says. Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate it, buddy.
We're going to skip the movie trivia for now. We'll get back to it. Big Sean, Cashier Family for Life says, let's get it, fam. We about to cash out today. Yes, sir. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. He has a question. He says, Tierra McCowan first half fantasy score. What do you think about that? And also, I'm realizing we have a good amount of people in here. If you don't mind hitting the like for us, we would appreciate it. And also hit the sub if you haven't yet. We just started this channel, a couple months ago. We're getting close to 1,000 subs. So we'd appreciate it if you hit the sub as well. That would help us out. And Big E, what do you think about McCowan?
Yeah, I mean, McCowan, is definitely an interesting person tonight because of, I think there is some appeal for sure with, Billings being cut. So that does kind of cut off that third string, per se for the center position. But the big unknown factor is just, what Satu's impact going to be really tonight. We haven't seen her all season with this team in particular, and although we did see her for the Olympics, I mean, it was something that was more in a obviously skewed scale because their team didn't really have anybody on it. But so with McCowan, I mean, we definitely need her to rack up the blocks and get some kind of action on the boards. The only thing about her, or the kind of drawback with her in the fantasy department, is she also gets turnovers, which is very frustrating, and something that kind of ties into her losing out on minutes as well. So, I mean, if she keeps her hands to herself, I think it's actually a decent spot because of this particular matchup. I mean, Dallas is just, they're not even bleeding. They are hemorrhaging. My head is almost cut off at this point. I'm bleeding so bad. Points in the paint. I mean, they cannot stop anything at all. It's so bad. Now, again, Satu might be able to help that out, but she should probably sag out a little bit more in that mid-range area covering Bonner. So I don't know if necessarily there is going to be any kind of inside help outside of just McCowan and Howard down low. So if she can keep her hands to herself, I think it's a smart play because there is a real high likelihood that she can match minutes with Brianna Jones on the other side. And as much usage, especially in the first half, that Brianna Jones has, it makes sense. It makes total sense. But man, we are praying, stay out of foul trouble, or she's going to kill us.
Yeah, she's always that one. It's hit or miss with her. She can have an amazing game with all these blocks and steals and rebounds, and then she can have that shit game with turnovers, missing every shot, and acting like a dickhead, getting a technical foul and getting pulled from the game. So it's hard to trust her for sure. Okay.
Yeah. She'd be getting it though, so I mean it makes sense. She's at her standard 13 fantasy.
Right. Okay. Cashier Family for Life says smash the like button into the ground. Need them positive vibes for tonight. Yeah, if you're new here, guys, we got a method here. If we get 50 likes on the stream, we usually have a really good day and everyone's bets do better than if you didn't hit the like for everybody. We're hitting the like for everybody, to be honest. Cashier Family for Life says best Katie Clark plays lines ? So we talked about Caitlin already. Just to recap, if you did have to play her, what would be your favorite play for Caitlin?
Something with her assist, the RA, PA, straight up assist, one of those three. I want to like the scoring, but I'm definitely nervous with, again, Cloud playing. That is a big factor. But I think the playmaking for sure has been something that she's fully embraced, as the leader on this team. And Phoenix as a whole could just be really slow tonight. They might come out really slow off the step, from the back-to-back and flying and all that stuff, and Andy's coming off of a crazy extended amount of rest. I mean, we didn't have anybody on this team going overseas either, so I mean, it's not like they lost out on anything there. And Clark's definitely a wild card tonight because she could come out and do her thing, play an insane amount of minutes, but we could also see, the unfortunate reverse of that too. Let's say worst case scenario, Phoenix comes out and they're garbage. They are just absolute garbage, and the back-to-back kills them, and we could see a blowout. I know that's something crazy to say, but that is not outside of the realm of Phoenix, something that they would do, especially on a back-to-back. They're a tricky team. They definitely disappointed us in some very winnable spots. So I would like to consider that, at least in some of the moves that we're making today. But yeah, I think just, her playmaking is probably the safest route, honestly.
The 10.5?
Yeah, if I had to pick.
Okay. I was just thinking, if I could throw any type of thoughts out there for today, it just feels like everything you're leaning and cheering for and thinking could happen, let's just bet it all, but bet it small, and we'll just roll with that and just picture everything missing and see how you feel in your mind. Does it hurt? As long as you're not betting too much money today, it's all good. We're just, bet your leans and bet a little more on the second half stuff after we see what's going on, because we have a lot of questions today. Just like I was saying yesterday, it's like a new season. So got to come into it the right way. I know we're excited, but just got to chill, and that's my advice for the day. Chris says, first one to light up some gas. What up, Chris? I think I lit mine before you, but I appreciate you saying it, because every time you do, I light it up again. I have another one rolled right beside me, and I will be lighting that up right away. Thank you, sir. He says, where you boys at? Let's get this bread. Ian Warner's here. 2 days in a row. He's giving it to Mike. First place. Mike came in first place. We appreciate that. Big Mike came back. He came back stronger than ever. Just First. Ian, number 3. He's okay with 3, though. That's the kind of community we have. We pick each other up, right? All right. Exactly. Are you ready for movie trivia, or you want to chill for a second? Because Ian got one and Sean got one. So, I mean, you could knock one out now if you wanted to.
Sure. Why not?
Okay. Let's see what Ian got for us. He said it's Friday, so I want to do a movie tagline, E. This movie is from 1996, and the tagline is, you had me at hello.
Oh, that's Jerry Maguire.
Oh my goodness. Guess what? You're correct, sir.
Hey.
You are correct, sir. There we go. There we go. All right. Thanks for that, Ian. And we'll get back to some basketball. CJ2 says, let's get this bread and butter. Exactly. Desmond Warner's back. What's up, bro? He said, let's go.
Yep.
Mike H says, oh, smash the like button. We're getting 50 today. Yeah. Appreciate you guys. We actually got a bunch of likes in a row when I said that last time. We're already at 28. Hell yes. If you guys could, if you haven't hit the like yet, hit the like. We're almost to our good luck 50. Michael Williams says, goated live. What's up, bro? Ian says, doesn't have time. They're talking about being in first. These guys are crazy. Okay, here we go. CJ2 says, McCowan under PRA. Satu's back, and Howard could eat into her minutes and foul trouble potential.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely hoping that she, continues to play that kind of mediocre minutes and role, but it makes sense. I mean, honestly, I think we're just sweating the blocks and steals, of course, more than anything. But her second half production has just like completely fallen off a cliff. She's just continued to go out and play like a normal rotation in the first half, and then I think there's definitely the double-edged sword we got to kind of think about here is one for the positive. Oh, my dog is snoring so bad.
I think I heard it.
The thing to consider, she could potentially match a lot of minutes with Brianna Jones, and that is something that is a bit more of a sweat factor, but those could come with fouls, so that could push her to the bench even sooner. The biggest thing, though, I would say that we could actually fall into is, say, Dallas falls behind a little bit and they have to pick up the scoring. In that situation, they're going to go, I'm going to use air quotes here, but they're going to go small with their unit. And there's a good chance they're actually going to slide Howard down to the 5, and they're going to move Satu down to the 4, and they're going to play with a triple guard set, because the guard depth that Connecticut has tonight is very, very minimal. So they could actually try to press the tempo and get one of the bigs off the floor as well, i.e. Brianna Jones on the other side, if they can just run the pace and run and gun with a lot of threes, because Carrington's not going to be out there to slow them down. And then the fact that they basically have to run a 2-guard set for Connecticut all night, that extra person out there guarding a guard is going to be Bonner, or it's going to have to be, AT scrambling to get out on the perimeter, and that's going to fatigue the shit out of them. So that is definitely something I think it is very potential for a game plan. And, I mean, this coach just randomly gets pissed at McCowan anyways and just bench her for no reason. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. It's always a good thing to bet the under. You have a lot of chances to still hit. Anything can happen. Blowout, coach gets mad, etc., etc., etc. So,
what's she at? What's her line?
Uh-oh.
Alice. My God,
is that really
over there?
You're like, wake up.
Oh, dude, she's deep in sleep over there.
We should just leave her alone. She's stoked. We're cool with some snoring. I like it.
Yeah, I don't mind it. We just need her. We need her to get in some kind of foul trouble here, though, because 19 is pretty low. That's pretty low.
19 PRA. Yeah, that is. That's tough. 3-time. What up, dude? What up, dude? What up, dude? He says, "What's up, everyone? Happy Friday. What's your favorite DK bet for today?" I know you were looking at DraftKings. Do you have a favorite?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna shout out Big Wet for this one too, because he definitely brought it up. They did move the lines on it, so I mean the payout is a little bit worse. But this Alicia Gray at 2.5 threes, this is way too high. She was barely like minus 115 to minus 125 on a good day for over 1.5. So 2.5. I mean, this is a very difficult matchup. Seattle has been phenomenal against spot-up three-point shooters, and Gray ain't about that life. I mean, she's shooting like 4 threes a game, and now with Howard being back, I mean, she's just going to be in that mid-range, and maybe she might not even be doing anything. I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay. CJ says Copper under 4.5. I'm assuming 4.5 rebounds. What do you think about her under rebounds? Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, let's look at it. I mean, she's always live for 4 rebounds, but 4.5 is a little bit of a stretch. We need Natasha Mack to play a little bit more tonight because she gets in foul trouble like she did last time. We're gonna be sweating a little bit. Yeah, I mean, if you're playing it, I mean, you could probably get it close to plus money. So, was PrizePicks? They gotta have her at 5, I would assume. No, okay, so PrizePicks, they might know a little something too. That might not be a bad play. I would shop around a little bit, see if you can find her at 5, since the odds are a little bit in that favor. Maybe maybe PrizePicks hasn't moved her yet because they don't have rebound lines up on DK. So keep an eye out for this. Once they populate, maybe she might move actually up. So I would say pause on that at least for right now, and then once we get towards locks here, just keep an eye out for if they move her lines around. I doubt she's moving down, if anything. So you should be safe to at least kind of hold up for a minute.
You know, it'd be interesting is Hot Streak bumping her to 5.5 and going under. That'd be interesting. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's definitely high. I think both for her and Ryan Howard, they're at 5.5. Or at least Howard, she's 5.5 on the books, and that's super high. See if you can find that too. Find her at 6.5 or 6.
Okay. Big Two says bingo. What's up, Big Two? Cashier Family for Life says AT under free throws. Could be a little sweat, but I kind of like it, he says. I know you were talking about AT's over free throws, so what were you thinking for her over? So maybe we'll change Cashier Family for Life's mind, or just tell him your idea. Either or.
And I forgot to actually add that on whenever I brought him up earlier. Yeah, I was thinking the under too, to be honest.
Oh, you were? I thought you were thinking the over.
Nah, man, she's been like that shoulder hand thing, whatever ligament thing she has.
Okay, cool. My bad. Good.
Yeah, she's really struggled to kind of hit these free throws down the stretch here. Now, I will say, the hit rating is kind of like 50-50 for her. So, you're sweating the foul calls more than anything. But the fact that she'll be squaring up mostly against Howard is not a bad thing. They're both, vetted players who a lot of experience against each other. And she doesn't really shoot a whole heck of a lot, typically per game. Now, it is slightly under her home road split. So, on the road, she's averaging almost about 3 free throws per game. So that's my only concern. But her shot is so bad. That one-handed shot from the line is just so awful. There's a really good chance she probably gets 2 foul calls this game. But a lot of that's just going to depend on McCowan, I think, mostly, because Satu should keep her hands to herself. Howard's pretty solid, should keep her hands to herself. And then it's just who else in the mix? We got to sweat that. So let's look at real fast just the second chance points, because this is more than anything that we have to sweat for Dallas. All right, Dallas has actually cleaned this up a little bit, so I do like that, moving in this direction. They were pretty bad on the second chance points, because I'll show you. This being the most scary thing, the points inside the paint allowed, they are still rocking number 1. They're just dying inside the paint. So that is something to definitely consider. I would consider this a lot, because they're going to try and make plays down low. But this is where we need to hope for the no calls and for them to go to Brianna Jones a little bit more on the inside. One thing I will say, I got to throw some caution into the wind here, because this is a huge minutes filler for Connecticut, at least as of late. Nelson Adota, she picked up a Q tag yesterday for some foot issue. Now, if she doesn't play, that's going to cut out their backup for Brianna Jones, and that cuts out minutes allotted for Alyssa Thomas to go sit down and not play 40 minutes. So If she's out, I'd be a little bit worried about any unders because AT could totally go out and play 38 minutes tonight, and I would not be surprised.
Coolio, bro. I stand corrected. It was Brianna Jones over 2.5 that you like. That's the one I was thinking of. My bad.
Yeah.
Okay. CJ says anything for AT. I feel like Mabry might eat into her assists. He can dish it out as well. Yeah.
So this is something we definitely need to keep an eye out for tonight. Now, I mean, Connecticut runs the offense through AT, like through and through. No matter who's out there, they run it through AT. And they still have Ty Harris, who has been their primary point guard, and I think that's going to stay the same. So at least with this current starting five, there's a lot of other hands that are going to run the offense. But so the biggest things they picked up Mabry for is their three-point shooting, or the lack of, because Connecticut has struggled with this all season. And now they brought her on this team, and their focus point for her is just going to be to shoot the ball from three. So I don't know how much of the playmaking I want to trust or even try to trust tonight from Mabry. And especially for this game against Dallas, she gets up for this as far as scoring and rebounding. I can see the rebounds, I can see the points and scoring, but the playmaking, I don't know. Like, honestly, I don't know. AT, she could have her hands full on defense tonight, honestly. I mean, between Howard and Satu, that's a lot of active bodies to cover out there. And they might just, continue to run it up the field or run it up with AT. Now, actually talking about this a little bit more, it'll be very indicative this first half. If we see Mabry actually bring the ball up the court, maybe she makes a little bit, but I think they just go to their default plan where we see X person gets a rebound and then they dump it off to AT, and then AT brings the ball up the court. They've done it all year long, and I just got to expect that, to continue. So the vice versa of that, who's Mabry passing to? Is she going to check it back down to Alyssa Thomas? Probably not. If she checks it down to Brianna Jones, then, hopefully she converts off of that. But outside of those two, you're looking at swinging it all the way around to Bonner as the next person, and, good luck with that.
You said check it down to Alyssa Thomas.
Yeah.
Andre Simon says, I got $200 on Caitlin under 46 fantasy and Mabry under 8 3-point attempts. Then he says cash. He's feeling good about it.
Under 8? Yeah. Yeah, 8's definitely a little high. I could see that. It's Mabry, man. She's due for a witching hour. So let's look at Caitlin. Caitlin's kind of interesting here.
It's high, isn't it? That fantasy's high as the sky, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's definitely on up there. This is some insane territory. But
speaking of high as the sky,
we just need her not to fall into a bunch of steals. That's the only thing I think for her that'll push her up over the top again. The last game, she just didn't have anybody to go out there and slow her down, really. So the turnovers were still there, but not nearly as much. If Cloud, though, if she's turning the ball over a bunch, then there's a good chance that Clark's probably snagging some of those. So that is, I think, the most sweat factor of it more than anything. But yeah, 45, stupid high. And I bet that first half is real high, too. They always got some nice tax on. Yeah, look at this. 22 fantasy. Wow. Super high.
It's super high. You could take a stab at the under, but you could be sitting there hitting yourself after being like, God dang it, Caitlin.
Yeah, we just don't know how competitive this game's going to stay. She's for sure off all this extended rest. Oh, she gonna go out and play 35 minutes, no problem. At least.
People sure on this Skeins, is that how you say his name? Skeins? MLB kid. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but damn. 9 Ks, and everyone's like, yeah, let's get it. I'm like, okay. He must be in a great spot.
I mean, it's Seattle, so I mean, it's a pretty good spot. But
Oh,
somebody
yeah.
was saying something about the weather, though. So I would.
I think it's okay now.
Oh, yep. Okay, yeah, it cleared out. It looks like there's a little bit of sprinkle, but it's not bad.
Okay. CJ says, I took her under PRA with Sabely back in the rotation. Also, I noticed the coach plays with her minutes a lot. So, yeah, he's talking about going under on McCowan also. Makes sense. And then CJ also says, Andre Simon, damn, you're going for it, bro. I love our community because we just cheer for each other to win. It's the best. It's the best. We just want all of us to win. Oh, speaking of, let's get a like check. My guys. We're at 32. We're getting close. We need 18 more likes, so we all have good luck today, guys. If you haven't hit the like, please hit the like for us. And also sub if you haven't yet, because we are a new channel. We're going to be here almost every dang day. We're almost to 1,000, my guys.
Almost to 1,000. Yep.
Almost to 1,000. Ian says McCallum first half PRA. She's over last 7 of 7 against Connecticut. Look at Ian doing some research. Over 5.5 first half points. McCowan was 3 of 3 last season with Satu back, he said. Ian wants McCowan. First half.
Yeah. The only thing to keep in mind with that was I believe Brianna Jones missed most of those games last year, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, she was out for the last 3 games that they played of the season. So do keep that in mind. And what that means is they had AT down at the 4 spot, and then Bonner was down, or they had AT at the 5, and then Bonner slid down to the 4. So I mean, AT's definitely a bit of a worse defender. You know, she's decent, but she's definitely not quite as efficient as Brianna is. But yeah, I mean, the first half for McCowan's always been an appeal. You know, again, that's just her most consistent thing that she does. But 5.5 points is always a looker. I think that's always live most nights. And yeah, so she's at 6 here. The PRA kind of feels the same as the fantasy. You know, they're one and the same. I think there's a little bit more wiggle room for her block upside, you know, against Brianna and against AT down low. So do consider that. But what player were we just talking about before?
McCowan?
We were talking about her. Oh yeah, McCowan. I want to see. Does Underdog still have her first half at 5.5? Yeah. So I mean, you could take the first half here on Underdog, go over the 5.5, and then on PrizePicks, I would say under or over the first half fantasy here at 13 flat, and then you could run it back with the full game under PRA.
Sounds good. Here's an interesting one. Hattori Hanzo 13 says, what up? How do you guys feel about Kalia Caitlin 3-point combo at 5.5? We know Copper's been balling. And we also got to realize, or what I noticed yesterday was I thought the Olympic players maybe would come in a little slow, but they came in ready. They came in unrusty, and the other players didn't do as well. So interesting. So Kalia seems to be on a heater coming through the Olympics. She's in that zone. But that last game where she balled in the Olympics, I feel like she's on another level now.
Yeah, she's been playing really well. I think the 3-point shooting might be a little bit more fluky than it looked like this last game. Like, we knew they were going to feed her this last game. I mean, almost undoubtedly. And I mean, she came out with 3 threes in the first quarter, some insane crap like that.
Yeah.
But I don't mind it. I mean, it's just, dude, she's one of the most frustrating 3-point shooters ever. I mean,
yeah, she's like Jewel, kind of, right? She's just never know.
Yes, just like Jewel.
I mean, when she's on, she's great, right? And one of the funnest players to watch, most fun players to watch.
Yeah, so I mean, this last game, perfection. I mean, went 3 of 5, which is crazy because she went 3 of 3 in the first quarter and then goes 3 of 5 for the entire game. I mean, hello, that's pretty wild. But I mean, you look at all these other games, the amount of just 1 out of 4, 1 out of 5, like 1 out of 3, so frustrating, like absolutely frustrating. So, I mean, it's definitely decent, I'll say, but they fed her a lot last night, so there is that to consider for that revenge game. And she could actually do a lot more damage, I feel, in this particular matchup from the free throw line than from the 3-point line. And if you go back here and look at, so this most recent game, she had 13 free throws. Granted, yes, again, that was a lot with the whole team being out. But the game before that, when it was close, I don't know what happened. 7 points, 1 of 6 from 3, and no free throws. Like, ooh, that's a frustrating stat line right there.
Yeah. I don't think of her as a 3-point shooter anyways. I think of her as more like a just slasher and just ball hog. I mean, in a good way, though. To give her the ball when they need to score, but not necessarily to shoot a 3. So that's why it's always tough to bet on her 3s. Because she could ball out and you could be like, damn, I didn't even play her points. She could hit 2 3s and still score 30. And Caitlin hit 3 3s and you still lose that bet. So it's tough. CJ says Caitlin under points. Think about her under points. They're probably a little high, but man, she can score in bunches.
Yeah, the 19.5 is definitely on up there. I mean, I thought about it earlier too. So it's really for her. I think the potential ceiling cap that she could have is either going to come from 3 or it's going to come from the free throw line. And if I had to guess, maybe from the free throw line more so than anything. But yeah, Cloud being back is definitely something like a big to do. I mean, she might get half court pressed by Cloud like the whole game.
Jawan Sanders says, I heard the other day on another stream that you said you were in the lab. Are you a music producer too? Yeah, bro, that's what I've been doing my whole dang life. The betting is a little newer to me than the music, but if you want to check me out, you can click on my little YouTube there. Underrated World is my YouTube. You can go check me out and tell me I suck if you want, but I think you'll like it. Chris says, yo, I'm fucking baked. Oh, dude. That's what we like to hear around here.
Yeah, buddy.
Chris says, yeah, Underrated is the one behind the intro. Hey, guys. I appreciate you guys. Left my music fans for my betting fans. We love you. That's what's up. Let's keep it going. Let's see. McCowan is just a weak rebounder for her size. That's true. That's what Shoot Ball says. Yep. Catch Your Family for Life says, Andre Simon, I like that. It's Brody smart thinking. Right. The unders, 2 picks. Can't really go wrong with that, honestly. If you find some unders and you want to do 2 picks, it's pretty much the best way to profit and continue winning. Let's see. What else we got? Dante Cannon says, over or under on the Jewel Ryan points combo. That's actually interesting. I was thinking, with those high old point combos and these rusty players coming back, I know Jewel played in the Olympics, but sparingly. I guess Ryan played in the Olympics too, now I think about it. Mm-hmm. What do you think about the combo? I always want to say under, but it's those are 2 players hard to count on.
Yeah, I mean, Jewel's definitely interesting because she is on the road, and I think that she's continued to have such just hit or miss home road splits. The road games have definitely been very suspect, and she's kind of taken a backseat to Skylar in most of the road games, which you can see here on the books too. They got Jewel kind of even money, but Skylar a little bit more in the favor of that 11.5. But yeah, I mean, really, I would say we're sweating. I don't even think we're sweating Howard. That could be a pretty decent little nugget right there.
Yeah.
You like the McCowan first half or the underboard? I'm just gonna let's go over here.
You know what I like more, E. You know what I like more.
Yeah, let me get that over out of here.
Yeah, I do like that.
All right.
I must say,
yeah.
I'm glad he brought that up. Dante Cannon, thank you, sir.
They had a 3-point combo for them too, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind this. Let's throw this up on the queue here. I think we're sweating really Jewel more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as long as Seattle comes out and does their usual game plan at stopping these 3-point shooters, I mean, we should be pretty solid. I would like to think so.
I like it. I'm definitely taking a little stab at that. I mean, they both have to have decent games, and we know one of them will probably fuck off. Maybe not, but that's why it's called betting. But I would bet on that. I think more often than not, one of them is going to fuck up.
Well, Seattle's actually the best defense against 3 now, so I like that.
Do you like the threes or you like the points?
Yeah, the points for sure.
Okay. Because we know Ryan's going to just try to chuck from 3 anyways.
Yeah. I like it. You talked me into it. I like it.
I like it too. Cool. Lil Azo says, Ezzy under first half PRA. The thing is about Ezzy, man, I don't know if you were awake during that Olympic game. I think it was, I don't know if, I forget if it was at 2 a.m. or not, but that last game when I personally took her under points, she scored like 36 points, bro. I've never seen Ezzy do that before. They just kept feeding her. No one could stop her. So I'm a little scoring on Ezzy under. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I mean it's not bad, as long as they're not feeding her a million times. The on-court matchup it's so. I mean, Tina Charles has definitely not been like great on defense by any means, but she's at least been a very solid rebounder. I don't remember if Ezzy got in foul trouble this most recent game, but it's not bad. 11.5's a little on the lower side. I mean, she's usually around 12.5, but I get it. If she picks up 2 early fouls, she's definitely going to sit down.
Kentra Williams says, what do you think about Enrique over 4.5 assists? I know you were talking about that right before we got on.
Dude, I think she's getting that. Like, to be totally honest, I mean, Carrington's not in there, so she might have a little bit more flexibility for shooting the ball, but the fact that Satu's back and they kicked Sims to the curb,
yes.
I mean, it's literally just her. It's like her and then a hodgepodge. With the starters, it's her, and then you sprinkle in Howard and Satu, which we have no idea how that's going to look. But with the team as a whole, I mean, they just let go of their best bench ball handlers. So, I mean, they're basically saying, hey, Enrique, you're going to go out, play 35 minutes every single night, basically. And, you get in where you fit in. So, I actually like it, man.
I do too.
It's plus money.
You know what I want to say? That's what I was going to say. I'm glad you brought that up because I'm assuming he's saying on PrizePicks, which I would, we always stress this, and I think it makes people feel a little bit pissed off sometimes when they don't have books, but they only have PrizePicks and they don't want to listen. And I understand. I would probably be that way too. But this particular play is just like that. Like her 4.5 over is what, plus 100 on the books or something? It's like you just kind of, it's tough to play that on PrizePicks because you're losing out on so much value when you play that regardless. No matter what happens, you're losing out. So if you could find it on books at plus 100, I'd way rather do that. That's what I'm going to probably do.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting that PrizePicks doesn't actually have her down at 4. Like you would think that, especially for that kind of
they knew
juice. Yeah, like PrizePicks knows what's up, and even Underdog. See, they're not even allowing for anything like that. And the payout is complete crap for the 3.5. I mean, this is awful.
Yeah, they're not even giving you, a little more money for that over or for that under, like sometimes they give you the little bit more for the 4.5. They're not even doing that. They're like, we don't care what books say about that one.
Right. So, I mean, this is something that I feel like books are just trying to get us, not even get us to take the under. Cause I mean, I guess people were taking her unders for some of them. She's like the most popular play for the RA here. And I like the assist upside. I don't know about the rebound upside though.
You know what I think that might be on Underdog and PrizePicks? They're smart enough to know these positive EV machine bettors that just find the positive EV. If you look at books and then you look at her assists, I bet you a lot of those EV bets are going to be under her assists. Right? Under her 4.5 assists on PrizePicks. Because it's like, is that what it would be? Or is it the other way around?
Well, I mean, the fact that PrizePicks is leaving it at 4.5, I don't know how that actually works out.
Right. So it's under. Like a positive EV spot is gonna tell you to go under her 4.5 if it's plus 100 on the books. So that's pretty funny. So I mean, that's PrizePicks and Underdog betting. Like that's whoever their people are, they're betting. They're saying, nah, that's too low for Enrique. So it's interesting.
Yep.
Okay. Do you like any turnover props? CJ says. He says Caitlin's at 5.5.
Yeah. That one's definitely a little high. You know, I just can't bring myself to play anybody at this insane number. I mean, honestly, anything over 4.5, you'll never see me post something like that before. She could totally get it. I mean, it's Caitlin, but I'm gonna probably fade that one, to be honest.
Can we go under? Can we go under? Or that's she's in there too long, making too many mistakes.
Yeah, you just never know with her. To be honest, I mean, it's such a crapshoot. I think she's solid for 5. Like if it was 4.5, sure, I would have a lot more consideration. But I mean, 5.5 is just insane. Like, bro, I won't even play Joker at 4.5 turnovers whenever he gets up that high, and that's somebody who's playing additional minutes in a game. I mean, we don't even have NBA players that are at 5.5 turnovers. So just on principle alone, I can't do it. But if she gets there, she gets there.
Okay. Lil Azo says Ezzy, an outlier, has never went over 11.5 first half PRA. What do you think about that? He said on Outlier, the software everyone uses, Outlier.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's for this matchup and not just like obviously not in general. She hasn't gone over.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, again, it makes total sense. She kind of was living on the line there that last game, so that's a little bit scary. But she's not playing her normal like full game minutes that she has been, where she's just playing every minute that she can handle. So that part definitely helps. And there's a good chance that maybe Tina Charles goes to sit down a little bit sooner, and Ezzy will probably follow along with her. I don't mind it.
CJ comes in from a different angle and says, how about over Ezzy points?
Was it 11.5 or 12.5? She's if it was 11.5, I would like that.
Yeah, 12.5 is kind of high for her.
Yeah, 12.5 is a little bit on up there. She's been kind of taking a backseat to everyone. I don't know about that one.
Okay.
Probably take the under if I had to pick.
Right. That's what I was thinking too. It's a little high for her. Ian says, do we like Skylar Howard over 9.5 assists combo?
Howard? We didn't even get a straight up line for Howard. That's kind of weird.
Just the combo.
It's definitely appealing. Wasn't this at 10 though?
I liked Skylar's 5.5 last night, so now that it's 6, we need 4 from Ryan. It's like, I'd just take the 5.5 on books. I think that Skylar's 5.5 is on books, so why would we bet on Ryan's assist personally?
Yeah, I'd probably leave Ryan alone because she's not even getting 3.5. Yeah, I'd probably leave that alone. I mean, you're really banking on Skylar here, and it looks like they don't even like her to go over 6.5. So yeah, I'd probably pass, honestly.
Okay. Matt's here. What's up, bro? Been a minute. Good to see you. He says, thoughts on Caitlin over 10.5 assists or 17.5 RA? I know we've talked at length about Caitlin, but overall, what do you think about the over real quick? In a few words, for Big Matt, what would you say? Pass or hit it?
I mean, I'll have them in one slip tonight, I'll say. If I had to pick, it looks like they're paying us less for the RA. It's at 0.8, 8x1. I'm assuming it's the same thing on PrizePicks. Yeah, so I mean, by PrizePicks standard, the RA is probably a little bit. No, I got to go with the assist here, just a straight up assist.
Right. Yeah, implying 7 rebounds. That's craziness. TJ Chapman says, what about Satu over 1.5 threes?
Is she on PrizePicks? I don't know. Honestly, I truly couldn't give you a straight up solid answer about that. I would like to say she's getting at least a 3, which, I mean, this 0.51 might be a little bit better, but for 2, I don't know. That one I don't know.
Nothing wrong
Bonner's
with
a pretty solid perimeter defender.
Nothing wrong with passing. CJ says, I knew the Olympics players were gumball coming back, especially Stewie last night went off. Yeah, Stewie did go off. She did go off. She had 26 points in 20 minutes, I think it was. Insane. John Kemp says, sup, fellas? Asia and Stewie under RA.
I haven't looked at anything.
That must
for
be
Saturday.
tomorrow. Yeah, that must be tomorrow. Let's who knows if we're streaming tomorrow or not, but jump in the Discord, Sean Kemp, if you aren't there, and we'll look at that tonight. Ian says, all hell. Here comes Warner with the aggressiveness. They're talking some smack there in the chat now. Okay, let's see. We need a question for you. CJ says, y'all like Diggins and Ryan assist combo. And they're back to that one again. That one sounds like a pass. It's hard to count on Ryan there. But I will say, bro, Diggins 5.5 on books. I like that. I don't know if I said it 3 times or 4 times, but I feel like she's going to get Chapman says, I took the over 3-pointer Demon on PP. So he took the Satu over 1.5 threes. Good luck, sir. Good luck, sir. Good to see you today as well. Anthony says, I did Mabry over points. I hope she plays a ton today. Yeah, Mabry.
Yep. We like Mabry. I mean, if you got her 13.5, all the more better. Yeah, she should come out and do her thing here. I mean, Dallas is just struggling to the 2 guard, and they brought her in to shoot 3s, so she better get it done. Messy Bun, get it done.
Messy Bun, get it done. Like check out 40, guys. We have a good amount of people in here. If you're new, please hit the subs. We're trying to get to 1,000. We just started the channel. We're doing okay. We appreciate everybody. Faux show. Hit the like though too, so we can get to 50. If you haven't hit the like, we got to get to 50, guys. We're all gonna have good luck on our bets if we get to 50, guys. Ian says Gray over 12 field goal attempts.
Was that Alicia Gray?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at it earlier. This is I think so the best thing for her is the fact that Powers is out, but with Ryan Howard now assuming going to be back in the starting 5, not really sure how much she's going to let Alicia Gray play today. Wiki.
Wow. Hell yeah. Sign this dude right here.
Oh, I need to get off here. I'm wilding.
You're having too much fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's all right. Let's take a look at her real fast. She's been kind of their a little bit more their road warrior than anything. Shooting the ball a little bit more at home. So was averaging 13 field goal attempts. Now with Ryan being back though, that is something to consider. It's good for the pace isn't bad, but I don't know, man. Alicia Gray is just such a disappointing character sometimes.
She is, but her attempts sound decent, to tell you the truth. Not that I want to play it necessarily, but I kind of understand it. It seems like she does at least consistently shoot. She might miss half the time, but in this matchup,
it's like a sub 50% hit rating. So I mean, if you want to do it, sure.
So no. He said
Bro,
nah.
I'm so overplaying Alicia Gray. It's not even funny. I haven't played her in forever.
Yeah, I feel it. The only way you play her is if second half she bumps up or down and there's just value you have to play. All right, Desmond Warner, what's up, man? How you doing, bro? I know you said you need some plays. He says Howard free throws over 4. What do you think about Howard's free throws?
Yeah, that one was definitely interesting. You know, I want to see her come out and be pretty aggressive, which I mean, she definitely can do it. But the only thing with her, though, is, you would assume that if she can't score from 3, then she's going to try and slash a lot. But the free throw, like, metric-wise, is okay, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Seattle's like middle of the pack, free throws allowed, so it's not bad. We just need her to come out and be aggressive. Like if she's trying to shoot from beyond the arc, she will not even look to put her head down and try to get to the lane. She'll just keep throwing up lobs, throwing it up there. And I want to say it's a little over her season average. Yeah, definitely over her season average. So nah, I can't do that. You need a full point over her season average just to clear that. Nah, I can't do it.
JJT12380 says Howard in Canada warming up. Is this Canada? I thought Canada was out for the season. Is Canada back?
Yeah, she's back.
Oh,
and that's another reason why
okay.
I'm like, I don't know about her,
that
her
Ryan
playmaking.
Yeah, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm happy Canada's back. Y'all like Ryan Howard
Yeah,
under rebounds?
I do. I know if you look at her game log last year, she had exactly 6 rebounds in all of the games against Seattle, but totally different team for Seattle. And I mean, it's 5.5 for any guard. I'm sorry, that is high. Like, I'll play that under for any guard.
Right. Dancy says, hope everyone had a great weekend. Oh, has a great weekend. I was about to say, damn, that was a long, short week. Hit that like button. These two are the shit. Kin Kwan Hyun KBO. Over 5Ks. Hit the line 15 of 21 games. Good luck. So Dancy always comes with some good plays. What's up, bro? Appreciate you. And he has a KBO play for you guys. I'm not going to try to pronounce it, but Kim Kwan Hyun, I guess is how you say it. Actually, I am going to try to pronounce it. Over 5Ks if you're interested. Let's see. Desmond Warner says Howard free throws about 8 times. Okay. Little Azo says Thomas under 3.5 turnovers. And if you guys have any questions, we're getting to the end, so we can answer a few more before we bounce up out of here. And once again, appreciate you. Hit the like if you can, please. We're almost to 50.
Yeah, I do actually need to bounce here shortly, so try and keep that a little on the tidier side. The under is a bit of a stretch. I mean, she does average 3, almost 4 rebounds, or 4 turnovers, sorry, a game. Yeah, see, she averages 3.6. So, I mean, needing 4 is definitely asking for a lot. I'll say this: if Olivia plays, and gives her a little bit more of that rest time, then yes, I do like it. But if she sits out, again, AT could go out there and play 38 minutes tonight, and I would not be surprised. I'm gonna look real fast, just out of curiosity. The last game that she missed, what those minutes look like. So the 10th and the 27th. So yeah, the 10th, AT played 37 minutes, and the 28th, 36 minutes. So there's a little bit of an added sweat factor there, but if she suits up, I think that actually isn't bad.
Okay. Mike says,
Look at the metrics here real
my
fast
bad.
too. No, you're good. You're good. Dallas is like middle of the pack on turnovers caused, so it would make sense. Yep.
All right. Mike says Skylar bumped to 6.5 assists on DK. Do we like over with the bump? I would pass now. But
yeah, I'm good on that. I mean, if you can find her on Underdog still at 6, yeah, just keep moving the payout around. Wow, the payout actually has a bump on it. That sucks. Yeah, it's okay. I think at this point I would look for like her PA or something else. Like put it together with something else.
yeah, it bumped a whole half. Like 5.5 was nice yesterday. Let's see. TJ says Aaliyah Boston over 17. She's all the way up to 17 now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's super high. So I mean, again with her number's gonna be very skewed from the last meeting that they had. I think she put up 21. So obviously it looks like a stellar game. Griner only played 20 minutes, so was quite different. But look at the game before that though. She only had 17 points. Her her home road splits have been pretty massive. So, I mean, at least back at home, but this is way over her season average. I mean, even tipping the hat to the upside that she has for the home road splits. I mean, she's not even averaging 16 points at home, but just on the season, I mean, like, let's take a step back here. She's only averaging 14.2 points, period. And I mean, if Grinder's out there playing her usual minutes, she might be able to make things, slightly more difficult. But yeah, 18 points, that's a fat tax on her points.
Okay. TJ Chapman says Griner over 3 free throws. What do you think about Griner's free throws?
Yeah, she had 3 attempts last night, so I mean, she almost ended up going over that. I know somebody had asked me about that yesterday, but this matchup though is a lot more appealing for the free throws. Indiana's allowing the number 1 free throw attempts per game, so I was actually looking at it, man. I'm gonna be totally honest. I was definitely looking at that one. For both her and for Skylar. So they had Jewel earlier this morning at 6.5 free throws. Like, that was insane.
And they took it off, huh?
yeah. Oh, people were definitely betting that under. But I mean, hey, she could actually get that. But yeah, this is a primo matchup for free throws. So I didn't mind either Griner or Skylar, one of those two.
Griner goes to the free throw line a lot. All right.
Yeah, sorry, different team with her, but the fact that they gave us an option for Grinder, I thought was really, really appealing.
Man, I always look up and see Griner at the free throw line when I have her under, and I'm always pissed off. So can't beat him, join him. How about Gray over 13.5 points? I know we don't really like betting Gray. It's probably a pass, huh? Coin flip.
Yeah, I can't bet anything on Gray, man. She'll what was it at?
He said 13.5, but maybe it bumped to 14.
Yeah, I'm good on that, man.
You have to
She'll probably go out and score like 11 points, and you're just gonna be like, please score in the second half, and she don't do anything.
Right. Thinking you're good. What about 2 plays you would put in your Flex Friday? We forgot about the Flex Friday. I always forget the Flex Friday. Probably because they gave me $5.
I did not, and that's what I was saying. We got to bounce here soon. 2 plays. I mean, honestly, I still really like this Mabry 3s attempted, and the my sleeper play of the day is this Taurasi at 14.5 points. I don't know why. She's so due for a game. It's not even funny. This is a prime spot for 3s and free throws. Here, I'm going to get McCowan out of here. I like this underpoint combo. I'm going to leave that in the queue. But if I had to pick one of these two, I know they're on the same team, but one of these two for sure, I like them a lot today.
Alrighty. Guess we're to the end here. Ian wants you to do his movie trivia before you leave, though.
Was it Ian or Sean? Which one did we do already?
I think we did Ian already, huh? We got to go back to Sean. That's right. Oh, snap. Glad you're here, E.
Yep. Super pause.
What'd I say?
You said, oh yeah, that's right. We did him.
Yes. Hey, I didn't even notice that.
Pause.
Okay, I got Sean's ready. You ready? Ready for Big Sean's
Yes,
real quick and we can take off? He says, okay, E,
Yeah.
for today's movie tagline comes from 1998. The fastest hands in the East meet the biggest mouth in the... Huh?
That was an easy one. That's some Rush Hour. Come on now. Too easy.
Nice one. Okay, you redeemed yourself there.
Yep.
I guess
we're
we're
2
to
for
the...
2 on trivia. You know what that means.
That means good luck. But we're at 43 likes too, guys. Can you hit the likes for us to end the stream? If we get to 50, we're all going to do better today. Hit the likes if you can, guys. We're out of here, E?
That's right. Yes, sir. We got to get that 5-0 for the dough. But we are going to bounce on that one. That way we can hop in the Discord. We're going to get those plays and picks sent out here. I got to feed my dogs real fast too. So I'm going to take a quick 5. Yeah, make sure you hit that like and sub down below before you head out of here, and make sure you guys are checking out that 7-day free trial. Sign up for the Discord if you haven't already. No obligations, and yeah, underrated, man. I appreciate it as always. Fam, we appreciate you guys as always as well. Probably not going to stream tomorrow. I think we're going to take the day off as usual, but we'll see about Sunday or maybe even Saturday night. We'll see about that. So, all right, y'all. We are outie. Good luck tonight, and we'll see you back here later.